Hello everyone, long time no see. It's been a while since I posted a video on this YouTube channel, and right away, without any further ado, I want to explain why. It's because I've been working on this book, Underwork Yourself, How to Combine Self-Care and Work. And this book has now been published on Amazon. If you buy this book on Amazon, this strip is not gonna be visible for you. This is just my copy of the book. It's a proof, this is why it has this strip in there. The link to the book is provided in the description to this video down below. This is why I have not been posting on this YouTube channel, because it was my decision to finish working on the book and then to resume my YouTube videos. So in this video, I would like to tell you more about the book, what it's about, and to gauge your interest in the book. And so stay on listening to your video to find out more. So this book is called Underwork Yourself, How to Combine Self-Care and Work. It is available on Amazon. The link is provided in the description below. The book is a self-help guide to balanced work. It contains research findings on the topic of self-care and work that are presented in simple and understandable terms. So these research findings are interspersed with diary entries of a fictional character, Marissa. So what is interesting about this book is that it is a mixture between fiction and non-fiction. So the research findings about self-care and work are non-fiction. There are some skill building activities and exercises that you can do, because it's a self-help guide. So the book guides you how you can work and change your attitude toward work so that your work becomes more balanced. And it has a fictional character, Marissa, so her diary entries are included in the book. So Marissa reads the book and she comments, and so through her comments you can have a personal connection with the book. There are also two other fictional characters, Jim and Kelly. They have dialogues about what's written in the book. So there are different layers in the book. So there is this non-fiction layer of research summaries. There is this layer of exercises that you can do to make your work more balanced. Then there is this layer of fictional character Marissa, whose diary entries you will be reading. And then there is a layer of Socratic dialogue about the material, where two readers of the book discuss what's in the book and come up with some pretty, hopefully in my opinion, profound conclusions. So the book has 6 chapters. The 6 chapters are introduction. The second chapter is the meaning of work. The third chapter is self-care strategies at work and beyond. The next chapter is worst case scenarios. Then after that, the chapter is called best case scenarios. And then the last chapter is called the end of the game. So what are these chapters about? So the first chapter is introduction. It simply outlines the book's scope. It instructs the readers on how to reap benefits from reading the book, and introduces the fictional characters. The next chapter is called The Meaning of Work, and it is based on a logotherapeutic approach. So I examine historical beliefs about work, and we, as you, the reader, and I, we kind of have a discussion through these activities of how you can construct your meaning of work. Because the logotherapeutic approach is basically through the construction of meaning. And to do this, you will be asked to assess your values, what you consider to be success. You will be helped to assess your personality and traits, and what work types and environment would be best for you. So I discuss the big 5 personality traits, the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the trait and factor career model, the common views of success, and a few other topics I give the biography of Ukrainian poet Vasyl Stus to challenge our views of success. So the third chapter is called Self-Care at Work and Beyond, and it consists of research-based strategies for incorporating self-care into work. And so those are not just strategies, but also the underpinnings of why they work, why these strategies would work. So for example, there is a section in this chapter that is called How Our Brain Works. And in this section, I explain in very understandable terms, in my opinion, what is neuroplasticity. So neuroplasticity is a property of our brains, and a lot of coping strategies are based on this property of our brain. So I explain this property, and this explanation, in my opinion, is innovative and new. I came up with it, and so it should help us to understand how to use these coping strategies. So I also explain what is mindfulness, and you may have heard about mindfulness, but I not just explain what it is, but to what degree it is effective, many different mindfulness-like activities, so that to broaden the scope of this coping tool. Other topics discussed in this chapter are fight, flight, freeze, fawn response, vagus nerve exercises, cognitive behavioral therapy, self-compassion, emotional regulation, and communication templates. The fourth chapter of the book is called Worst Case Scenarios, and in this chapter I discuss the phenomenon of workplace mobbing, and this is basically it's like risk management, is to be prepared for the worst. Hopefully the worst is not gonna happen, but it's a chapter in the book. I summarize research on this topic of workplace mobbing in easy and understandable terms. And I don't just explain what it is. I also give practical advice about how to cope with workplace mobbing, ranging from radical acceptance to legal landscape of the problem. Other topics that are discussed in this chapter are emotional abuse, narcissism, post-traumatic stress. And Marisa, the fictional character, has her story evolves in this chapter because her boss Rudy harasses her and instigates workplace mobbing against her. So Marisa is a fictional character, has nothing to do with any real events, just to mention this here. The fifth chapter of the book is called The Best Case Scenarios, and it's devoted to strategies for making work a pleasurable activity for oneself and others. This chapter discusses the concept of flow as applied to work. The influence of sexuality on the quality of works is outlined as well. The Benedictine model of work, humility and forgiveness are also discussed. And the sixth, the last chapter of the book is called The End of the Game. And in this chapter, we basically catch up with what happens with the characters of the book many years later. So this is what the book is about. These are the chapters in the book. I hope you enjoyed this description. I hope you will consider buying the book, reading it. Thank you for listening to this video. Please subscribe to my channel. Please put a like underneath this video. I would really appreciate if you would leave a comment underneath this video. It's not easy to run a YouTube channel, so any support is appreciated. And if you can comment below on what kind of content you would like to see in the future on this channel, that would be very much appreciated. And have a nice day, and I will talk to you soon in the next video. Bye.